The Light and Dark Sides of Nature by H P Blavatsky. This piece is from Volume 3 of the Secret Doctrine, which was posthumously compiled from H P Blavatsky's writings and published in 1897. It is read by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. The Light and Dark Sides of Nature. Everything in this universe of differentiated matter has its two aspects, the light and the dark side, and these two attributes applied practically lead the one to use and the other to abuse. Every man may become a botanist without apparent danger to his fellow creatures, and many a chemist who has mastered the science of essences knows that every one of them can both heal and kill. Not an ingredient, not a poison, but can be used for both purposes. Aye, from harmless wax to deadly prussic acid, from the saliva of an infant to that of the cobra di capella. This every tyro in medicine knows, theoretically at any rate. But where is the learned chemist in our day who has been permitted to discover the night side of an attribute of any substance in the three kingdoms of science, let alone in the seven of the occultists? Who of them has penetrated into its arcana, into the innermost essence of things and its primary correlations? Yet it is this knowledge alone which makes of an occultist a genuine practical initiate, whether he turn out a brother of light or a brother of darkness. The essence of that subtle, traceless poison, the most potent in nature, which entered into the composition of the so-called Medici and Borgia poisons, if used with discrimination by one well versed in the septenary degrees of its potentiality on each of the planes accessible to man on earth, could heal or kill every man in the world, the result depending of course on whether the operator was a brother of the light or a brother of the shadow. The former is prevented from doing the good he might by racial, national and individual karma. The second is impeded in his fiendish work by the joint efforts of the human stones of the guardian wall. It is incorrect to think that there exists any special powder of projection or philosopher's stone or elixir of life. The latter lurks in every flower, in every stone and mineral throughout the globe. It is the ultimate essence of everything on its way to higher and higher evolution. As there is no good or evil per se, so there is neither elixir of life nor elixir of death nor poison per se, but all this is contained in one and the same universal essence. This or the other effect or result, depending on the degree of its differentiation and its various correlations. The light side of it produces life, health, bliss, divine peace, etc. The dark side brings death, disease, sorrow and strife. This is proven by the knowledge of the nature of the most violent poisons. Of some of them, even a large quantity will produce no evil effect on the organism. Whereas a grain of the same poison kills with the rapidity of lightning, while the same grain, again altered by a certain combination, though its quantity remains almost identical, will heal. The number of degrees of its differentiation is septenary, as are the planes of its action, each degree being either beneficent or maleficent in its effects, according to the system into which it is introduced. He who is skilled in these degrees is on the high road to practical adeptship. He who acts at haphazard, as do the enormous majority of the mind curers, whether mental or Christian scientists, is likely to rue the effects on himself as well as on others. Put on the track by the example of the Indian yogis, and of their broadly but incorrectly outlined practices, which they have only read about but have had no opportunity to study, these new sects have rushed headlong and guideless into the practice of denying and affirming. Thus they have done more harm than good. Those who are successful owe it to their innate magnetic and healing powers, which very often counteract that which would otherwise be conducive to much evil. Beware, I say. Satan and the archangel are more than twins. They are one body and one mind. Deus est daemon inversus.